Hey everybody, it's Dr. Nelson. This is a video on how to use the distributive property to solve equations. All right. Now, what does it mean to distribute? The textbook definition of distribute means to pass out. Okay. And here's a really good diagram right here that's in color. We have A times B plus C. Okay. And what the distributive property is all about is we have this many groups of A times what's inside the parentheses. So if you notice, A times B plus C equals AB plus AC. And what's happening is this A is being multiplied by the B. That's how we get the AB. And then this A is also being multiplied by the C. And that's how we get the plus AC. All right. So over here in the top right hand corner where you have a little more room, let's try one like this. Say if we have 5 times happy faces plus stars. So what this means is we have 5 groups of what's inside the parentheses. So 5 times happy face would be 5 happy faces. And then 5 times star is 5 star. And we have a plus sign in between, so we're going to put a plus sign here. Okay? Now here's a common mistake. People often, like for example, down here we have 3 times n plus 2. People often do the 3 times the n, which gives you 3n. But then they just add the 2, like a plus 2. Okay? This is wrong. Please write down wrong here. What you have to remember is we have 3 groups of everything inside here. So 3 times n does give you the 3n. But then 3 times 2 gives you 6. So that would be 3n plus 6. Okay? Another way to show this to you is if I have 3 groups of n plus 2, well, I could say n plus 2 plus n plus 2 plus n plus 2. And when I add the n's, n plus n gives you 3n. And 2 plus 2 plus 2 gives you the 6. All right? If you turn the page, please. Now let's actually solve some problems that involve the distributive property. All right? So the first one we have 4 groups of n plus 10 equals 60. So first we're going to distribute the 4 to both the n and the 10. So it's going to be 4n plus 40 equals 60. And then I'm going to subtract the constant 40 from both sides. So we have 4 times n equals 20. And then divide both sides by 4. And n ends up being 5 for this one. Alright, next example. Here we have 5 groups of n minus 3 equals 20. So again, I'm going to distribute the 5 to both the n and the minus 3. So that's going to be a 5n minus 15 equals 20. And then add 15 both sides. So that leaves us with 5 times the number equals 35. And then divide both sides by 5. And n is going to equal 7. Alright, so now that you understand a little more about the distributive property, why don't you pause the video and try the your turn problems now. And then when you're done, hit play. You can see how you did. Alright, good luck. Alright, welcome back. Let's see how you did with these practice problems. Okay, so the first problem, it's 2 groups of 5n plus 1 equals 42. So I'm going to first distribute the 2 to both the 5n and the 1. So that will give us 10n plus 2 equals 42. Now I'm going to take away the 2 from both sides. And we get 10n equals 40. And then divide both sides by 10. And n equals 4. So there's the first solution. Okay, remember you can always take this and plug it back in. 5 times 4 is 20, and 20 plus 1 is 21, and 21 times 2 gives us our 42. Alright, here we have a negative 3 times n minus 3 equals negative 24. So I'm going to distribute the negative 3 to the n. So that will give us a negative 3n. And I'm going to distribute the negative 3 to the negative 3 inside the parentheses. So a negative times a negative gives us a positive 9. That's going to equal negative 24. Now I'm going to take away 9 from both sides. So we have negative 3n equals negative 33. Last but not least, divide both sides by negative 3. And a negative divided by a negative is a positive. And negative 33 divided by negative 3 gives you 11 as our solution. All right, how'd you do?